I am so excited to be here, and it looks like you are too. Thank you all for joining me here, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I so appreciate you. I'm Carissa from sprinkledwithglitter.com. Today we're going to craft, we're going to chat, we're going to have a good time, and we're going to give away two, not one, but two $50 Pinkfresh Studio digital gift card codes. You heard me right. Two chances to win some fabulous prizes from Pinkfresh Studio. And I want to thank Kennery at Pinkfresh for sending those over to me to share with you all. So I really appreciate it. It looks like all of you are super happy to be here on this lovely Friday. Some of you are in the snow, some of you are in the rain. It's sunny here, but it's a little chilly. I'm not going to lie. My hands and my feet are a little bit cold. But it's a beautiful, beautiful spring looking day. Thank you all for joining me. I want to tell you about a few things before we jump into crafting. Number one, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. Make sure you hit the notification bell because I'm live today. I will be live next week. I'll have pre-recorded videos and you don't want to miss any of that. So if you hit the notification bell, it just tells YouTube to tell you every time I post something new, and that way you won't miss anything. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that if you would give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. You can also follow me on Instagram to stay up with all the things happening behind the scenes. So make sure that you follow me. And I do have links to all the products in the Pinkfresh Studio Couture Edit release in the YouTube description below, as well as the products that I'll be featuring and showing you today. So I wanted to let you know that. There are a couple of deals. Number one, the Couture release, or the Couture Edit release just went live yesterday over at Pinkfresh Studio. So there's a blog hop that you can take part in. There's an Instagram hop to keep you busy this weekend, and there are prizes all along that. So if you don't win today, then make sure that you go over there and you have the chance to win the complete release and all that. There are a couple of deals that I wanted to tell you about. So when you're shopping over at Pinkfresh Studio, when you use the links below, there's a couple of deals that are available to you. Number one, a free hot foil plate with orders over $25. And I wanted to tell you ahead of time, these deals, you can actually qualify for both of them. So you can get both of these while you're shopping. So spend $25, you're gonna get a free hot foil plate. This is good while supplies last or through March 12th. You can see all the details in the graphic there on the screen. Free hot foil plate. It's one of two is what I think they told me. It's like a random pick between the two. Keep in mind that you have to add these things from the pop-up as you are shopping over at Pinkfresh Studio, so just make sure you do that. The other deal and special offer for you over at Pinkfresh Studio is that you can get a free die and stencil when you buy the Butterfly Garden stamp. So you buy the stamp, you get the die and the stencil for free. And I'm going to be using that, incorporating it into today's card so that we can play along with that. Apology to you, Carissa, for the live when I mentioned something that wasn't in your link deli. Oh, I don't even remember it. So anyway, ask me questions, chat along in the comments. That's actually how you're going to enter to win, is chatting along in that live chat there. I will pick two random winners from those comments at the end of the live stream, and we'll do that at the very end, so be sure you stick around. Let's get down to the desktop, shall we? I brought in a couple of projects that I've already created with for the Couture Edit release. I created this for the blog hop the other day, and there is a pre-recorded video over on my channel where you can check out the creation of this card, but this features the Elegant Essence product suite. It's the press plate that I used here, but I did some watercoloring and combined it with ink blending to give this a little bit different look. Very high fashion, very Chanel vibes, if I do say so myself. Now, I created this one the other day live on the Pinkfresh Studio YouTube channel when Kathleen and I went live to do a sneak peek live. And this features the Couture Grace product suite, which features press plate, stamp set, stencil set, and die set. And most of these have all four products available for you, along with the Darling District, which are those little buildings in the background. And what I decided to do for today's video or today's live stream is kind of recreate this card just a bit. We're going to switch it up. We're going to do a window card, but we're going to make it accordion pop-up, and we're going to use Darling District. We're going to skip our little girl, but isn't she adorable? This is a 5x7 card, and that's what we're going to create today. So we're going to start out with our hot foiling because we want to get that done so that we can do our ink blending. And if you have not tried hot foiling, never fear, there are stamps available in all of these product suites that I'm using today, so you can use the stamp set instead of the hot foil, but I am just digging on the hot foil lately. So that's what I'm going to be using. I keep everything together in one stamp pocket, and I'm going to grab these adorable buildings first, and I'm going to do some hot foiling in some black. Isn't she cute? She is super cute. She's so girly. And I love her so much. I did do, you can't see it, I don't think very well, but there is a little bit of glitter on her dress that I did through the stencil. So cute. Yes, we're going to do an accordion pop-up. We're going to do some foiling. We're going to do some ink blending, and there's a lot to do. So we need to get going on this. I haven't tried this out ahead of time, so it's all, you know, just like, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? I also want to use the fragrance notes. We're going to do something very Parisian here with all of this, which has been the total vibe of this release for me. Just all things Paris. Now, I had the pleasure of visiting Paris, not in 2026, but in January of 2025 with my sister-in-law and my niece, and it was the trip of a lifetime. It was a little treat for me, and so I kind of have Paris on my mind, you know, so when I think of this release, I did make her hair red. Look, she has red hair. So cute, right? Hello, everyone who's just popping in. If you are late to the party, you can watch from the beginning on the replay, but there are a couple of special offers over at Pinkfresh Studio. I have links to all of the products that I'm using in the YouTube description below, and we have 2 giveaways today, so be sure that you stick around to the end because I'm giving away 2 Pinkfresh Studio digital gift card codes, $50 each. That is quite a giveaway for you. Sorry, I'm distracted by my phone because there's things going on in the family, you know, and I'm trying to keep up with it. No problem if you're late. How many Louis Vuitton bags did you buy? In Paris, I did not buy any. I did not. Let's see. I did part of my undergraduate and all my graduate work in Paris. So wonderful. What a wonderful thing that is. It was just beautiful. We went in January and it was a little rainy, but it was when the Champs-Élysées still had all of the Christmas lights up, and my goodness, I can't imagine going at any other time because with all the Christmas lights, it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so our Darling District press plate is on our Glimmer Hot Foil machine. It was ready. I pushed the timer. The timer has completed because the timer light is now solid. It's not blinking anymore. So I'm going to disengage the platform from the base. I'm going to put some black hot foil over this, and we're going to do black hot foil on white cardstock. We're going to do a lot of black, white, pink, and green today because I'm digging the green. Can you see? I'm digging the green. And then I will place my thin shim and my spacer pad on top of that sandwich and run that through. Pink paper and things. When is the best time to go to Paris? I have no idea. I don't know. We went when we could go. We couldn't go any other time. We were going on a break from school, college, and all the school and all of that. And so we just went when we could. And we just dressed warm. But it was beautiful. Okay, so now we have this. Now, if you don't have foil and you want to create a similar look, I would stamp this in a black hybrid ink, like the Pinkfresh Studio hybrid ink, and emboss with a clear embossing powder. That would give you a similar, like, glossy black look. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Oh, planning a trip for your daughter's high school graduation. Anytime is the best time to go to Paris, says Sherry West. I don't know if that comes from experience or if it's just her saying it's all a good time. Okay. I'm not going to run this through the timer again because it's still good and hot. I'm just making sure that everything's good. We're just going to run this through. I'm pretty comfortable with my foiling skills and knowing when something can go again and when something can't. And I really feel like this can go again. So we're just going to add our black hot foil with the pretty side down, add our smooth white cardstock, our thin shim, and our spacer pad, and then we're going to run it through my very squeaky Platinum 6 machine because that is what it is. Love green, maybe my favorite color. Oh, awesome. I love that. I love to hear that. Okay, I did a little bit of, oh, that's so pretty. Can you see that? It's just such a beautiful, rich black image with that hot foil. And we will now turn this off and set this aside so it's out of our way. We're going to clean up and we're going to do a little ink blending. However, we're not going to ink blend all of them. Foiling is a skill I want to work on this year. You know, if you haven't tried it, it's just like jump in with both feet. Once you kind of get it down, it's just so much fun and it makes such a beautiful, beautiful finish on your card. Okay, definitely from experience, says Sherry West. So she knows when is a good time to go to Paris. I have to tell you, the Christmas lights there were stunning. And I know that they're not one of those cities that's probably known for their Christmas lights, but they were gorgeous. Okay, so we are not going to color both of these, but we are going to color one. I also have hot foiled. This is the Fragrance Notes set here. So the little florals from the Fragrance Notes, there is a press plate there in the black. And remember the Butterfly Garden that is on special right now. So if you buy the Butterfly Garden stamp right now over at Pinkfresh Studio, you get the die and the stencil for free. I showed you that graphic earlier. So make sure you check it out for all the details, but I'm going to incorporate this into our card today too. It's not available in a press plate, so I stamped it in a black ink and did some clear heat embossing over the top. And now I have all of my images ready to go. I also have some spare buildings off to the side in gold and matte silver, just in case, because I really don't know what I'm going to do. Question, other than the process, what's the difference between hot foil and mink? As far as the look, Perry's Anderson says, other than the process, what's the difference between the hot foil and the mink? It is the process. That's the difference. A press plate, a hot foil plate, uses heat and pressure to almost like stamp the foil onto the cardstock. The mink uses a pre-printed toner sheet to cause a chemical and heat reaction between it's a different kind of foil and where that toner is printed to adhere the foil. So it's just really a different process. You can get the same look, but it just depends on what the product that you want is available in, I feel like, at least in my world, I feel like there are more things available in a press plate that you can also then use with the letterpress system than there are in things with like toner reactive foil that you would use with the mink. So that's my personal opinion, but you would have to explore. Okay. The stamp is so cute. It is a great deal. And then keep in mind, you can also grab the free hot foil plate with purchases of $25 or more. So that's available as well. And you can qualify for both of these deals. So you may have to buy $25 beyond that promo thing of the stamp set. I'm not sure all of the details, but I did ask, and you can get both of these deals for sure. So I'm going in with Cherry Blossom, which is a nice blushy pink. It's like a warmer pink. I'm going to do deeper and darker blending through the middle to make my shadow there kind of in the center, and then kind of fade out as I go towards the edge and allow it to fade out. So that's stencil number 1 on the Darling District. This is a new product from Pinkfresh Studio, and I'm super excited about this one because I think it's so much fun. Now we're going to go in with stencil number 2, and we're going to do, for this one, we're going to do black, but we're not going to do like strong black. We're going to do licorice, which is kind of just one step back from black in the Pinkfresh line. So it's like a super dark gray. You can use gel with stencils to foil in the meek. Yes, you can. That is true. You can use a reactive gel. That is true. So I just really have I get such great results with a press plate and the glimmer system. And you just kind of have to decide if one is right for you or both are right for you, whatever that may be. So, all right. So I'm going to do licorice, and this is going to be our black, but I don't want it to be as dark black as our outline. I want there to be some differentiation. Again, I'm going to do a little bit more shading towards the middle part of the stencil. And so I'm just kind of focusing my blending there towards the middle in the darker areas, and then fading as we go out towards the edge of the building, the outer edges of these buildings. But you can make like a highlight in the center too. I'm one of those that I don't focus on shadows and shadings a whole lot. I just make darks and lights. So, you know, wherever those end up, that's what I do. What is the gel? Something you just mentioned. So, it is a gel that you would stencil on to your cardstock. You allow it to dry, and then with heat, you can transfer to that gelled portion with a reactive foil. Not the heat foil like we're using today, but like a reactive foil, like the toner mink foil. So there's a couple of companies that make it, and you can kind of explore that online. So, okay, let's do this. I feel like my licorice maybe needs to be re-inked. Okay, let's wipe this down so we don't get... I love this entire suite that you're showcasing. Those buildings make me so happy. They are so cute. And when I first saw them, I was like, I don't know. But then I started playing with them, and I love them so much. I think they are so cute. In the stamp set, there's a little Le Petit Café and Boutique that you can stamp on the awnings of this building, and it's so cute. Okay, next stencil is this one here. And we are going to bring in the green. We're going to go green. Pinks and greens is what we're doing. I'm going to do olive. I'm going to go like light-handed because I'm actually a little nervous about this. I'm not going to lie. It's called foil transfer gel. That's what I believe it's called. So I'm going in again with some green. Olive is one of my favorite greens in the Pinkfresh color family. And this awning is going to end up being green and black. It's going to be so beautiful. Again, I'm allowing there to be like highlight in the center of these awnings. And let's just do this. Quick little inking here. I am using 1/2-inch blending brushes from Pinkfresh Studio today for a lot of these smaller areas. And if it's a larger area, I'm using the 1-inch brushes from Pinkfresh Studio. St. Patty's cards. Do you make a lot of St. Patrick's Day cards? Then you got to pull out your good greens to do that, right? And your rainbow colors. Okay, I guess my chairs are going to be green because that's the stencil that they're on. Okay, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I can see it. I can see it. Can you see the green and the pink? Let's wipe. Let's wipe down so we don't get ink everywhere. The other thing that wiping your stencil down before you remove it is it will remove any of the ink that's sitting on top of the foil, because the foil will resist the, it will resist. Oh, that's cute. I like the green with the pink. I think it's so much fun. Okay, the windows. I'm going to do that next, just lining up the stencil with the foiled lines beneath. And let's do this with Ocean Breeze. Such a stunning green. Yes, it is. And we're just going to do like a light bit of, wow. I said light, and then that window got really intense. Just because I didn't tap off, but it's okay. It's all going to be fine. Not too worried about it. All right. It looks so lively already. Don't you just want to go here? I don't know where this is, but I want to go here. I want to go to this darling district. Okay, so we have some blue on there for the windows. Another option for the windows would be like a yellow. Okay. So cute. I kind of want to go back here and maybe add a little bit of shading. So this is back to stencil number 1. Get it lined up. I don't want to go outside of the lines. And let's do a little bit of peony just to intensify my shading. So just along here. Just like that. Just where my darkest color is. And then let's wipe that up. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Add a little pop to that building. The final stencil, I want to do white. And I have two options. I could either leave it white or add just a touch of shading. And I'm going to add just a touch of shading with some Misty Coast. So, love the blending. I'm so glad that you all love the blending. So I'm just going to go at the outer parts of these details on the building and add just a little bit of Misty Coast just to give it some shading to help it not look so flat, because it really can look a little flat if you do a white layer and there's no shading at all. So just adding like a little bit of shading to those areas, and it doesn't look like anything on your screen, but I assure you that it looks like something in person. Okay, so we have our green awnings, which I think are super cute, green and black. And we are done with our buildings. So let's do this and peel that off. And we're gonna put it in our 2 die cut pile. We're gonna grab the butterfly garden stencil and we're gonna work through this as fast as we can. I'm just looking at the different layers. So this is the one that's on special, that when you buy the stamp set, you get the stencil and die for free. So we're gonna start with stencil number 1. And it's mainly greenery except for parts of a couple of butterflies. And so I don't really want my butterflies to be any part green. So what I'm going to do is quickly mask off the areas of the butterfly that I do not want green, because we're going to go in with a big blending brush and some fresh pear and go over this entire thing. This will give this a lighter green shade than what we used on our awning, because I'm planning on using some of these elements over the top of the one building that we're going to feature on this card. So starting out with that. Oh, we needed to do our little butterfly wings. I don't even know how that came off. Okay. I don't know how the masking tape came off. It just like came right off. Okay. So for this part, let's do a little bit of orange. So peach fuzz here. And maybe into some pink, and we'll just use whatever we have on our brush. Okay, so it's got a little glow to it. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are liking this. A little bit late, but looking great. Perfect. Make sure you check out. You want to eat a croissant at this little table? Me too. Make sure you check out the deals that Pinkfresh Studio has. For this one that I'm using right now, you can get the stencil and die for free when you purchase the stamp set, and it's called Butterfly Garden. It is linked in the YouTube description below. And you also can get a free foil plate when you spend $25 or more, and you can qualify for both. Just make sure you're adding these deals from the pop-up as they show up on your screen. Okay, so we have that. And this next stencil is going to be darker greens, so we're just going to line that up really quick. Just like that. And we're going to go with olive. I'm going to use a bigger brush because I can cover more area. Late to the party, it's okay. You can be late to the party. We are stenciling away today. My grandma used to say, call me anything you want, just don't call me late for lunch. And I don't even know where that came from, but it's one of those sayings that when, you know, your grandma says it, you just have said it all your life as well. Okay, wiping that up. So this is Butterfly Garden. So pretty. And then our final layer of this stencil, I'm gonna line it up. We're gonna do our darker pink. So our peony, and this is gonna give it some shading, and we'll have some pretty butterflies that we can add to our accordion pop-up card when we're all said and done. Okay, one more stenciling because I want to have plenty of images, and we may use them all or we may not. Isn't that pretty? Love this. Okay, so we'll put that in the 2 die cut pile, and we're going to finish off with fragrance notes, which is, I have a whole pile of stencils. Stephanie is here, and she is my unofficial assistant, and she needs to make her way from Colorado to California to do my cleaning for me today. Right? Okay, stencil 1. Let's see. I've never done this before. So I'm looking down through my stencil. It's divided in 2. So there is an etched line that shows you where these get divided. And so let's do that. And I feel like we need, oh, let's just do apricot for this. We can do apricot for the centers. I thought we were going to need a yellow for this, but I think we can make apricot work. Okay. So we're just working on all of our images. That is pretty. The Butterfly Garden is the one where if you buy the stamp set, you get the stencil and the die for free. So that's the deal with the Butterfly Garden. And then if you purchase $25 or more, you can get a free foil plate with your purchase as well. Okay, we're going to go with Cherry Blossom, on this layer of the florals. And after we do cherry blossom, we're gonna grab peach fuzz and go just a little in the center, just to give these some differentiation, because they are gonna go on our pink building and we want them to feel slightly different. But that's another reason that I did the awning in the green, was because then that allowed me to let these kind of stand out a little bit more. So stencil number 2 is going to go right here. Let's go with, I got it in the wrong spot. Let's go with Peony. We're making fast decisions here. Stephanie said, I wish I was there instead of in this snowstorm. You know, snow is really beautiful to look at. I have never lived in a place where it snows, and so I really can't imagine what that's like. And so I'm sure it's not the most convenient thing at times. Like, you have to shovel it and all of that. I live in a place where, like, the worst thing that we have to deal with is fog usually. And that is the worst kind of that we have to deal with. It can get pretty bad. It's not like your average fog. It's like legit fog. But that's kind of the worst thing we have to deal with. So let's do a little peach fuzz in these florals. And then it looks like we're going to move on to our greens. Okay. Did we get them all? We got all of our florals. Looks very yellow. It's not that yellow, I promise. Now this fragrance notes stencil also comes with this stencil, which is cool for building a background. And I shared a card made by one of the Pinkfresh Studio design team members in my stories today, where she used that and it was like overlapped it in different colors. So pretty. Love that so much. I'm using my green blending brush. I have not picked up any ink on this whatsoever. I'm just using whatever's there, blending over that. And now we have our florals. Okay, let's clean up. We're done with blending and we need to start die cutting all of our items. We're just pushing that all over there. That's later Carissa's problem. That's maybe tomorrow Carissa's problem. Really not. Probably not, because I'm teaching tomorrow, so probably need to. Michael said, I didn't realize you had a live today. Follow me over on Instagram and you'll know all about the lives, and make sure you hit the subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you're notified every time I go live, Michael. Okay, so now I'm going to start doing all of my die cutting. We're going to die cut all of these elements and just get them ready. So I'm going to start with the Fragrance Notes florals. And we're going to pop all those out. So we have some florals there. Then I'm going to try to clean up a little bit of this as I go, like put my die away so that I don't have a complete mess. Then we will do our butterfly garden. This is that one where you get the stencil and the die for free. You have to add it from the pop-up though, so just make sure you do that. I'm going to line this up with the outline. Then I will have some other elements that we can combine with our florals, these florals. Carissa's daughter's problem. I wish. I wish. Future Carissa, yeah. Future Carissa's problems. I do have to get to the gym today, so I'm like, it's one of those days where I've had a few things going on that I needed to get to, and I think I'm doing okay, but it feels like I still have things to do. You know how that feels when you're like, I thought I did a lot of stuff, but it still feels like I have a lot of stuff to do. Okay, so there's our butterfly garden images. So we're gonna just mix them with the fragrance notes. And then finally, we're gonna cut out our darling district. So we have all of these happening, and we're gonna cut our buildings. I love this green awning. Would you live in a building like this? I totally would. Although I don't know how I do in the city. I like to visit cities, but I've never like lived in a city. I've always lived kind of in a small little town. So I'm not sure how I would do in a city. And also, like, how do you deal with your dogs in the cities? Spring or wedding cards for Butterfly Garden. I agree. You know what? I need to recut these because I didn't cut through all the way. You know what? My mat needs to be replaced, or it was hanging off of my mat and I didn't get a great cut. So we're going to go like this. We're going to nestle it into the already cut lines. Let's see. Right there. Okay. Let's do this. When your magnetic mat gets a little old, it doesn't have as much pressure, so sometimes you don't cut all the way through. What depends on whether there is an elevator and a rooftop garden. Now those are good qualifications. Yes, I agree. Those would be important things to consider. Okay, now we have our plain black and white version. And remember, we're kind of, for those of you who were here at the beginning, you know this, we're kind of recreating a card that I made the other day on the Pinkfresh Studio live stream with a twist. So we're using the Darling District today. We're featuring that. Julie says she would give it 6 months and try it. I agree. Lug all of your furniture up and down narrow flights of stairs. I do love these buildings. Someone should do the Colonnade 3-stack apartment buildings in the Midwest Chicago. Seriously, I really need to replace my mats because I am not getting good cuts. But I will tell you, I've been doing a lot of crafting lately. So it's not surprising to me. Okay. So we have a black and white version. Now we need to do something. We're doing a preemptive strike on this. Okay, we're gonna grab a plain white piece and we're gonna cut more for support. And this will make sense in just a minute. You prefer suburbs. It's giving Emily in Paris. Oh, I love that. I haven't ever watched Emily in Paris. But I love the idea of that. Okay, so now we have all of these elements and we're making a 5x7 card. So remember, we're doing this, but we're doing different. We're doing accordion window, okay? So these are gonna be my background in the window. They're gonna be black and white like this, but they're gonna pop up on the accordions. Then I'm gonna have this guy in the front. So he's gonna go like in the front. We're gonna have these guys in the back, shining through the window. We're gonna have some florals coming out from the building, just so you can see where I'm going with this. So you all don't think that I'm crazy. And then we'll have like some florals coming out from the building and maybe like this across the awning. I don't know, maybe I'll only use Butterfly Garden. I'm kind of digging the whimsy of them. Maybe we only use Butterfly Garden. I'm okay with that. And then maybe we grab one of the butterflies and we have that kind of in our scene as well. Maybe the tiny guy. I'm just kind of giving you guys a little vision for where we're going. Okay. So Butterfly Garden, this, but accordion pop-up. I love it. Let's go for it. Okay. The reason I haven't cut, I did cut my card base, which is going to be a 5x7 card like this one, but I didn't know what color I wanted my card front. And so I'm going to, this one might be right. So this one's the blue that I used on this card, but I'm thinking the green. So we're going to cut this at 4.5 by 6.5. So you guys see my vision? You see my vision? There is a method to my madness. Springtime in the city vibe. I agree. 4.5. Okay, that's what I wanted, right? 4.5 by 6.5, but this is 8.5. I need to cut 2 inches off. 6.5. Okay, that should be just slightly bigger. Yep, it is. Okay, digging it. Okay, then we need a piece of white cardstock that's 4.5 by 6.5 as well. The reason is I want to give some stability to this front window that we're going to create. So we actually have to cut this like this, 4.5. This is 8.5. I got to cut 2 inches off of it. So 6.5. So 4.5 by 6.5. What shade of cardstock is the green? It is Mint by Spellbinders. Okay, so now we have these 2 pieces, which are going to go on our card front. I have one that's a little bit bigger than the other, so I need to shave the white one down. Funny how you measure things the same way, and yet they're not exactly the same. Okay, now we're going to take and we're going to cut both of these pieces of cardstock at once because we want the window to be in the same area. And I really love this oval window on this one, so I'm going to repeat it again, and I'm just going to use the large oval from the Elongated Ovals dies from Pinkfresh Studio. And I'm going to hold it in place because I'm going to probably need to run this through a couple of times. I'm going to just make sure that this is centered as best I can. The part I'm not going to be using is the inside part, so I'm going to... Stephanie says, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Well, good. I'm glad you guys can see the vision. Let's see. That's about right. It's maybe a little low, but we'll do it like this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so both pieces are stacked up. You see the white one's behind the mint one? So we're going to do that. Run it through. It probably will not cut both. We're expecting that. And that's okay. Let's see if we made it through one layer. We did-ish. Okay, so now we have an impression on this one. We can recut this one. And that was horrible. It like shifted and cut through the tape. Okay, let's do this one again by itself and get through that entire thing. Somebody also needs to come and just replace the blue one that I used on this one, which is from my live on Pinkfresh's channel on Tuesday of this week. This is Seaside from Spellbinders. Okay, so we have one window and we're gonna go with window 2. So for this one, there's no cut line, but there is an impression. So I'm just making sure that that die is sunk into the impression And I'm going to run that through. I'm kind of freaking out because I can't locate the 6.5 by 8 magnetic mats for my Anna Griffin Elite machine, and everyone's sold out. I guess I'm going to practice patience. Have you tried the Anna Griffin website? So reminds you of Emily in Paris. Well, hopefully that's a good reminder. It's a good thing, right? Emily in Paris. You all with me? You're good? Any questions? So both cardstocks are from Spellbinders. Yes, they are. Okay. This mostly cut. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab my craft knife and finish this. Let's do this. Boom. Fixed. Okay. So now we have these. Have a booger on that from the tape. So we'll just get that off. We're gonna glue these together or tape runner them together. Okay. Let's just make sure we're good. Yeah, we are good. Okay, so I'm gonna do tape runner on the back of this. And the white layer is really just to add stability because this is kind of gonna be floating over the front of my card by the time we put the accordion folds on there. Okay, so we don't want it to be flimsy. We want it to be sturdy. So we're adding some cardstock to the back to make sure that everything stands up well. Not me thinking you meant an actual booger. Well, no, it was an adhesive booger. I just want to make sure that these windows are lined up. So yeah, looks like it goes this way. Okay, so now we have this. We have our card base that we're going to make. You guys, there's so many inks and stencils and everything. So this card base piece is cut to 10 inches by 7 inches. And now I am going to take, where did it go? I had my phone folder here and I cannot find it. Here it is. It's very easy to make, Tamara. Tamara says, I love the accordion sides. I've received a card like that, but I've never made it. I'm gonna walk you through it, okay? And I'm gonna tape or fold that down. Okay, so then this is the part that's going to accordion up. And then we're gonna have our little buildings on the accordion so that they're like staggered like this. Trust me, it's gonna be fabulous. This guy will be in the front and you'll kind of see these behind. Isn't that fun? Now you could also make this a shaker card instead. Just add some acetate, put your buildings inside the window. But now we need to go ahead and make our accordion pieces. This is where everybody probably will freak out, but I promise you it's not that bad, okay? So we need to go 3, I think I'm gonna need, let me get a bigger piece of cardstock instead of a half sheet because I'm doing the math in my head. I did kind of just play with the accordion thing to make sure it would work, just how big I was gonna cut it before. So we need a piece of cardstock that's 6 inches by 6 1/4 inches. And this will make sense. You love this card. I'm so glad. It's so much fun. Okay, so 6 inches. By 6 1/4. So cut off 1 3/4 inches off of this. 6 by 6 1/4, okay? So this is my 6 1/4. That seems too big to be 6 1/4. This seems like 6 1/4. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to make it. Okay, now I need to cut this into 3. So really, I'm going for 2 pieces that measure 6 1/4 inches by 3. So 3 inches, 6 1/4 inches. That was a very long way around to tell you I need 2 pieces that measure 3 inches by 6 1/4 inches. Okay, now I'm going to score at every 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2. Okay, so it looks like this. See my score lines? Every 1/2 inch. So again, 6 1/4 inches by 3 inches. I'm scoring every 1/2 inch along this. These are going to make our accordion sides that our buildings are going to sit on, okay? So now we're going to fold back and forth and create an accordion fold, okay? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then just smash it down with your bone folder to get all of those folds. So you got this, right? We're gonna do the same here. Back and forth, back and forth. Loving the black and white blueprint background. It's so great. Carissa, who is the lucky recipient of this card? I don't know. It goes in my stash, and when I need a card, I get it out and I do it. I send it. I don't even know what the sentiment's gonna say yet. We haven't done a sentiment yet. All right. Wow, there's 122 of you watching. Thank you all for being here. I do have giveaways for you, so be sure to stick around to the very end. Okay, so now these need to go on the side, okay? So we're going to just flip this over, and I'm gonna do this with some strong tape. Good afternoon from Michigan. Great to see you after grocery shopping. Well, great. Okay. I think this is actually my first accordion card that I've made, honestly. So we're just doing it together. We're just figuring it out together, right? I mean, I understand the basic principle of it, right? So I'm adding adhesive on the flat flaps, okay? So once you fold that, you're gonna have some flat flaps. And you're gonna need adhesive to hold them to the back of your window. So I don't often do like super fancy type cards like this, but when I was looking at the card that I created on the Pinkfresh YouTube channel the other day, I was like, I love the black and white buildings in the background, and I love these buildings. And I thought this would be a great way to kind of remake that card in a fresh way. Okay, so now we need to adhere these, and we need like these little fan pieces to be inward. I mean, I guess both ways would be inward, but do you see how on one side there's 2 that are in, and then if you flip it over, there's really only 1 that's in? I need the 2 in because those are going to be the places where I'm going to put my buildings. So I'm going to remove the backer from the adhesive, and I'm going to kind of smush this to where it will fit along the side of my card without being visible in my window. Okay, so we're just going to do this. We don't want it visible in the window or on the side of the card. So just like that. Okay, this is just from where that didn't cut right. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I want to make sure I'm turning this to where my 2 folds are in, because I need 2 folds to put my buildings on that are going to be in the background. Catherine, Catodic Crafting. Look how I learned how to say that, Catherine. I'm so proud of me. Super late, but we'll definitely watch the replay. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Whether you're late, you're watching on the replay, whatever it is, thanks for being here. Okay, so I got my 2 pointing in. I don't want this visible in my window or on the outside of my card edge, so I'm just lining that up. And now I have the accordions on my window, and that's where my little black and white buildings are going to attach. Okay, so in order to make these have some heft to them, I am going to add a little bit of like sturdiness to them. Where's my other black and white building? Carissa is creating a mess today. Oh, there it is. It just got flipped over. Hello. Okay, let's do liquid glue for this. You guys, I've only been going for an hour and I talked for 10 minutes. So look how much we've accomplished in 1 hour. This is a pretty fancy card. If I was just doing a window card, we would be like done with it already. But we're creating an accordion window card, which means that it will lay flat to go in an envelope. And this is 5 by 7, remember, so I'll need a bigger envelope for it. It will smush down and go in the envelope, but it will pop up when we pull it out of the envelope. So now we're going to adhere these to the sides of these accordion. So just like this, I'm just kind of getting my bearings for where I want it. So that one's on the back one. Let's put this one on the front one. Okay, hold on. That one there. This one here. I'm making this awkward, you guys. It doesn't have to be awkward. It's just me making it awkward. Okay. All right, that's perfect. Just like that. So those will be, I'm gonna have one like higher than the other, I think. So let's add some liquid glue to the back of this. My gut tells me that it would be better to use. Okay, now you see how there's 2 like humps that are coming in, 2 mountains? I'm gonna attach this one to the first mountain, okay? So this one will be more in the front. We're just gonna do this and then adhere it. So it's on that first fold inside of there. Okay, first fold, just like that. I'm making sure we're all adhered here and that we are happy with our placement. I'm gonna move it out just a little. Okay, so it's on that first fold on the right. Then I'm gonna put the other one on the second fold on the left. So I'm gonna add some liquid glue to the back. I want to make the little girl promenade in every possible city scenario. I know. Me too. Okay, so second one. Let's go a touch higher. So I'm just going to that second place, but we can't have our building all crooked. And there is a gap in the center, but we're gonna have our front building here. So it's all gonna be just fine. You see that? Now it's gonna pop up and you're gonna get like, oh, it's gonna be so cute. Okay, you know, my daughter's home today. I wonder if she thinks her mom is weird, yelling about her card in her craft room by herself. Okay, well, we have the eye doctor calling. Let's just tell him we'll talk to him later. I do need, oh, I think, hold on. Did I do need to pick up some contacts. I'm hoping they're gonna fix my eye twitching. Okay. So I added a second layer to our front building as well because I want this to have some stability as well, but I feel like it almost needs another layer to really really make it sturdy. So I'm gonna cut one more layer of the building that I'm using. I think I accidentally answered that phone call on my computer just now, and I think the eye doctor's office heard me saying, you know, well, we'll just tell him that we'll talk to him later. I think they heard me. That is so something I would do. Okay, let's do this. One more layer behind our building, just to make sure we're good and sturdy, you know? Okay. So this is like 3 layers here. And it's gonna go here. Just like that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, now we're gonna take and add, let's just add our florals. And I'm gonna do them kind of across here. For those of you coming in late, I did talk about some special offers that Pinkfresh is offering right now, and this is one of them. This is the Butterfly Garden stamps, and I use the coordinating die and stencil, and the die and stencil are free right now when you buy the stamp. And then also there's a free hot foil plate with purchases of $25 or more. So lots of good stuff happening over at Pinkfresh right now. So cute. Oh my goodness. How adorable is this? I'm loving it. Okay, let's do this. Kind of covering our green awning, but you still get the green coming through there. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then we have our little butterfly, which we're gonna put, let's get our tweezers. Last time you went to Paris, it was March and the gardens were not blooming. So when I was there, a lot of the little cafes on the streets and stuff, they have fake flowers over the top of their shops, which I think is so cute. But also, I guess they don't have as much sun as we do, because here they would just literally get so sun bleached out that it would be kind of crazy. Let's put him up here. Just like that. Oh my goodness, I can't even with this card. It's so cute, and we don't even have a sentiment on there yet. And it's gonna be the most adorable thing. Okay, let's do this. Let's smush these down, remove, obsessed with the Butterfly Garden because you use some more cards in the future. I think they'd be great for spring weddings, baby showers, and so many more cards. I agree. I think it'd be fun. I actually feel like you can just stamp the Butterfly Garden stamp directly onto a card front because it's perfectly sized for A2. And you could like just stencil it in and add a sentiment right over the top, and it would be a great card on its own, just like that. But I love the versatility of being able to die cut it also. Okay. So these are kind of folding back because we have nothing to support it there. So what I think I'll do, I'm gonna workshop this. I think Do I? Do I? I do have a piece. This is acetate from Pinkfresh Studio. And it comes with, oh my goodness, hey, who's here? Pinkfresh Studio is here, but is it Kinnery? Is it Jody? Okay, this is Pinkfresh Studio acetate, which is heat resistant, and it's the best acetate ever. And if I was smart, I would have added this from the beginning. However, I didn't realize I was going to need it until we got to this point right now. So I'm going to sneak in this piece of acetate behind our buildings to help keep them forward. It's going to give that some support, just like that. So I will add some firm glue or some strong tape and do that. It's Jody. Hey, Jody. Thanks for stopping in. We're like reimagining this card with a accordion pop-up. How cute is this? I just can't. Everybody say hi to Jody. So glad she's here. So we're going to add one piece here, just like that. And we're going to do one piece on the other side. And top notch is top notch. Pinkfresh Studio acetate is top notch. I agree. Yes, we all hope Jody is feeling better. Okay, so like I said, if I was smart, I would have done this ahead of time, but I honestly didn't know I was going to need it. So I'm just sneaking this in behind my buildings. I'm just kind of workshopping this. I'm going to put it down low enough where it will kind of be covered by my frontmost building. And I'm just kind of looking down through there to smash it onto the accordion. Let's see. Okay, that gave it a little bit of support, but it really honestly didn't do much. So I'm not sure how to really workshop that, but I think it's cute anyway. There we go. So cute. Okay. It looks kind of like when it's doing that, kind of looks like one of those alleys where it's like, you know, like a perspective alley. It's going to be just fine. I'm not that worried about it. Okay, now we're going to put this here, just like this. And I may have to run a piece of acetate up and down on the window to keep this from falling back, but we'll see. It may work out just fine. Okay, so go from the bottom. Well, yeah, I already went from the top. I like to do things the hard way. What can I say? It did help kind of keep them from going all the way back. I don't know if you can see that, but they're hovering. You still get that perspective. So I'm totally fine with this. I think it's adorable. Okay, so liquid glue along the bottom of this. And I'm going to press this down so I can really see where I'm putting it. I want to get it in the center of my oval window. Okay, just like this. And then press it down and hold it. Attach it to the accordion sides for support. I did. It is attached to the accordions. Yep, I think. You'd have to make W fold supports behind each building, but keeping it flexible would require trial and error. Yeah, I think you could just do like a little like accordion thing behind these. It would totally work. But actually, I think that's adorable just the way it is, even though they're kind of like going back a little bit. They're not going all the way to the back anymore. And they are kind of hovering above and making a really cute little scene. Oh my goodness. Okay, see that? So fun. So here's what I would do if I wanted to. I would do this. like I would go every 1/2 inch. So let's just half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Okay. This is what you could do to workshop this. Just make another accordion just like this. Okay. Then all you need to do is trim it down. I probably should have just cut it before I folded it, but Carissa's not smart like this. Hold on, I'm gonna show you because I wanna, these are tall and skinny, so I'm just gonna cut a couple of these. And one of them only needs 1 mountain, so I'm gonna trim it down just a little bit. Just like that. So now we have one with 1 mountain and one with 2 mountains. And instead of the acetate, you could just put these on the card back here, just like that, on the edge of the building. Like I said, I'm doing this all awkward. It doesn't have to be awkward. This one actually goes on this side. So I have my double fold accordion here, and then my single fold accordion here, and that would give the supports. So all I have to do is attach those inside. Do you see, just down like this? Hold on. Hold, please. I'm just gonna attach them. And it makes more sense to do it at the top because that feels like where they're kind of collapsing the most. So I'm just going to place this down in here over on the center part of the building. Like I said, I've never made an accordion card before, so we're learning so much. Okay, that one's in place. Just like that. Do you see it? And now all we have to do is do this one. This is a better. Thank you, Michael. This was Michael's idea. And we're gonna go like this and put it right here. So if you build this from the beginning, probably easier, not gonna lie. And then if we have just one, we could put it there, just like this. Give some space between this building and that. So we have a 1 here. That works. Totally inspired. I love it. I could use my tweezers, but I like to make things hard. I don't know if you guys have noticed this about me. I like to do things the hard way, because it's more fun to do things the hard way. So this guy I'm just going to put on the back of here, and just like that. Okay, now we're in business. Do you see it? Looks kind of funky from the top. You could probably do it a little cleaner. But now we have our perspective. So we have 1 in the front, 1, and then the 1 all the way in the back. Yes! We worked it out. We worked it out. We worked it out. Okay, we need a sentiment, okay? I have some from the other day that I had done that are in here. I love the buildings. It was a challenge. I told you I had kind of had it workshopped out in my mind, and I just didn't anticipate that they would kind of be doing this whole like flopping back for thing. Now that I think about it, it makes sense that they were doing that, but it was an easy fix. And OMG, is this not the cutest? Okay, I wanted to see the sentiments that I had to see if anything would work or if we need to do another one. Twirl through the day does not work. The world needs your sparkle. I don't know about that. I mean, the world does need your sparkle. I do know about that. However, I don't know that that's the one I want to use. So let's grab another sentiment. Let's turn on our foil machine. We're going to foil a sentiment. We're going to be done by like an hour and a half, okay? Which, honestly, with all the foiling we've done and everything, to make a card like this, not bad at all. Let's just scrape, and we have all of these little pieces that are still left where we can make a whole other card. Okay, I just love the green and the pink. I'm just digging it. Thank goodness I placed the order today for black hot foil. Otherwise, after today's Carissa live, it would have sold out. I don't think so, Catherine. I don't know that I've ever sold anything out, but thank you. You're so sweet. Okay. Wishing you a sweet day. Can't wait to see you. Let's catch up until we meet again. Thinking of our chats, missing our talks. I kind of want a birthday one. Wouldn't that be a cute one? Like a birthday? Let's see. Ooh. Carissa's got things falling off her desk. Oh my gosh. You guys. This day. I'm telling you. I have stuff everywhere. There is stuff everywhere. I think I need the little girl though. Do they have a little boy to go with her? They do not. Maybe in the future. Wishing you a lovely day is so cute, but I don't know. For a beautiful soul. Okay, I need some help. I don't know that Confident Kind You works. Cheers to your sparkle. For a beautiful soul. So glad you're you. Let's see what else there is in this release. We have to wait for the hot foil machine to heat up anyway. Walk in your confidence. Celebrate in style. Could we use that? Do we like the celebrate in style? One step at a time. I like the celebrate in style. Are we good with celebrate in style? I kind of, Amy says this week, ugh. Well, if you're here, I hope that this has brought a little bit of joy to your week. I love this. I'm going to use the celebrate in style. I hope you've found a little joy here, a little light, a little inspiration. I hope you'll try something new as a result of what you've seen here today. We're going to do the celebrate in style. We're going to do it in gold because look how good it looks in gold. We may die cut should we do the banner under it like we did here? I think it's so fun. So let's wait for that to heat up. And while we do that, let's just grab, this is from the Banner Greetings die set. I'm going to just grab some Glacier glitter cardstock from Pinkfresh Studio. And this is the Banner Greetings right here. In fact, oh, we could just use that one right there. But this is the die that I cut it from. It has stamp sets that go with it. Like this. But I use the die by itself all the time because it just makes for such a fabulous. Okay, let's get our foil ready. So we have a little scrap here. This is champagne foil. Also, how cute are these buildings in silver and gold? That would be really cute back here too. Let's do this. We'll get our paper ready. And I'm not even going to pull my die cut machine over because you guys saw me do this earlier. But our timer is up. So our platform is ready. So we're going to hit the timer button. We have our foil and our cardstock ready. And we have our thin shim and our spacer pad right here. So once that timer's up, we'll do that. We will die cut, we will adhere, and we will be so done hopefully you all love this. I love that sentiment set. Which one? There's so many good sentiments in this release. The one I did, the Elegant Essence stamp set or press plate set for the blog hop the other day. Fetch isn't going to happen. Wait, what? It's my first live with you. Oh, thanks for being here. I want to know what the fetch was. Fetch isn't going to happen. That's so funny. Is there a difference in a hot foil plate and a better press plate? Yes. A hot foil plate you can hot foil with only. A press plate you can do letterpress and hot foil with. So that's the difference. You have more versatility in a press plate than just a regular foil plate. Can they be used interchangeably? You can hot foil with a press plate, but you cannot letterpress or better press with a hot foil plate. So foil plates are foil only. Better press is foil or a press plate is foil and better press. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, our sentiment's ready. Let's take it over to the die cut machine. I'm gonna add our foil and our cardstock, our thin shim, and our spacer. And we're gonna die cut that. And I'm just gonna say, I think we did great on time. Once I get this sentiment put on, that's so cute, Celebrate in Style, then we can pick our winners. 2 $50 gift card, digital gift card codes to give away here during the live stream. The way that you enter to win is chatting along in the live chat. So what I'm going to do is pick 2 random winners at the end of this live stream to win. So if you're watching silently, you're missing your opportunity to win. Look at all these pieces I have left. I could make a whole nother card like this. Acetate would also make a good accordion piece for behind the buildings as well, and maybe would be a little less conspicuous than the white cardstock, but you really only see that when you're holding it from the top. And I could have put it further down if I was doing it from the get-go. You're brave for doing this live for the first time. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen would be I just don't succeed. And we still had cute elements that we made with our hot foil plate and our stamps and such. Right? And then we just wouldn't have made a card. We would have made cute things. And that's never the worst thing. Okay. So we have that. We have the Celebrate in Style. I stacked it up. I'm going to add it to the banner. Love the card. So cute. I need the banner sentiment set. Yeah, even just like I said, the die on its own, I get so much use out of it. But it's fun because the stamp set, you get all of those sentiments that you stamp at once. So you can like heat emboss it with some gold embossing powder. And then it's like a really fun way. I absolutely adore these sets. The girl is so pretty and I always love a good building. So fun. I know. I'm obsessed with these buildings. And I said it earlier, but honestly, the first time that I saw them, I was like, they're okay. They're like my favorite thing now from the release. I'm not even sure what happened, but they are cute. Okay, I'm just waiting for the liquid glue to do its thing on this. And I think we just put it just like that. a little bit of foam tape maybe. Oh my goodness. I love that you have it angled. Isn't that cute? I love a good angled sentiment. I love a good vertical sentiment. I'm not opposed to those. Obsessed with Pinkfresh lately. I need that high heel shoe. Well, tune into the Pinkfresh YouTube channel next week because I will be sharing inspiration with that Step into Style set. So if you haven't shopped for it yet, you might want to grab it now because you're going to want it after next week for sure. I'm just saying. I have some Louboutin inspiration happening for that. For those of you who don't know what Louboutin is, it's a very expensive shoe. I don't have any, so don't ask. And mainly I don't have any because of, number one, price, but also because they hurt. They hurt, okay? Expensive shoes like that do not feel good on your feet. And let me just tell you, this girl's just too old for that. Okay, how cute is that? And of course, we could add some gems or something, but I think, honestly, I think we just call it good right there. So this was our original inspiration. This is a 5x7 card that I created with, this is Elegant Grace, right? Oh my gosh, now I'm losing my mind. Couture Grace, sorry. Couture Grace and Darling District. Okay, I made this on the Pinkfresh Studio channel live the other day. And I thought, how could I make this different but the same with the buildings? Because I'm obsessed with these Darling District buildings. So today we made the accordion window pop-up card. This will smash down. So you can see it smashes down. You get a little bit of loft still. If you don't want as much loft, you can make your accordions a little bit closer together. Or smaller, like not as many, but you get the loft, you get the like depth of the buildings at different layers within there. Oh, this is coming off. I'm going to have to glue this later, but, it features the Darling District instead. I think it would be fun to kind of create some shadow shading down here with a little ink blending, but either way, I think it's adorable. So we took this card, we didn't reinvent the wheel because you can see that the layout is kind of similar. I'm almost like, do I put this here? I feel like it needs something up there. I might do another, I wish I had, see, these flowers are different than these flowers. So I'm like, it'd be weird to bring them in at this point. But if I had one more of these floral pieces from the Butterfly Garden, I think I would put it up here and let it be a thing. Maybe I'll do it afterwards. And then this guy just doesn't want to glue because I'm messing with it too much. And it's liquid glue on glitter. And that makes it hard. We have all these elements left over. We still have a big butterfly, some greenery. Maybe move the sentiment up. I could, but I don't want. I like it overlapping the building. I like it connected to this floral here. So I think I like it just like that. And then this is the one, I have a pre-recorded video over on my YouTube channel for this one that combines ink blending, watercolor, and hot foil all together, so you can check that out. Question, would it work if it was a 1/4 inch instead of a 1/2 inch accordion? Sure. Sure. I think it would. I think it would. Can you show us the card on the right with the perfume bottle, please? Here you go. And there, like I said, there is a video over on YouTube pre-recorded showing that. This is also from the Couture Edit release from Pinkfresh Studio that's brand new this week. And I have links to that, all these products. Can we see the card on the right, please? I think that's that's the one that all of you are wanting to see. It's already up on my YouTube channel. It's been there since Thursday. So if you hit the subscribe button and click that bell, it will notify you when I have new videos, whether they're live streams and or pre-recorded videos, so you won't miss any of those videos if you watch it. And also follow me on Instagram because I share everything over there too. Okay, create a rock pathway in front of the building. That would be so cute. All right, let's go here. Let's pick our winners. 2 $50 digital gift card codes from Pinkfresh Studio. What I'm going to do, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to scroll up in the chat. Wherever my mouse lands, that will be winner number 1. And then I'll do it again for winner number 2. Okay? Here we go. So how did I get the circles? Are you talking about, hold on, these circles? These are little iridescent drops from Pinkfresh Studio. Okay. So winners. Okay, let's go. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to scroll for a little while. Okay, and I'm going to stop. And Carmen Nance is my first winner. So Carmen Nance, you're going to email me at Carissa@sprinkledwithglitter.com to claim your prize. I need your email address so Jody can send you your digital gift card code. And then I am going to close my eyes again and scroll like I'm going up and down, randomly up and down, up, down, over here, just random. And Noreen Zulfiqar, you are our second winner. So you're going to email me, Carissa@sprinkledwithglitter.com to claim your prize. So Noreen, and who was my other one? Carmen, you are the winners. Make sure that you email me to claim your prize. Thank you all for stopping by today. I hope you found a little light, a little joy, a little inspiration while you were here. Congrats to the winners. I will be live on Monday. Be sure you're following me on Instagram to stay up to date on my live stream schedule. And just be sure that, and you can just be inspired there too. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on the notifications, hit that thumbs up button for me. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you next week. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my card making and paper crafting video tutorials. Thanks again, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.